Listen to the drum sounds.
Let's take them for the YC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC, battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC, wanna smoke? You know where it's at. At the YC with it, gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave them folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, yeah, this is where it start at. Where your skills, where your rank, where your heart at. Where your fans, where your coaches, where your squad at. It's how you finish up the drill, it don't matter where you start at. Ayy, this is where all the games get litty. Ayy, yeah, tell me who gon' take it back to they city. Yeah, ayy, this is where all the greatest teams be. Game week, yeah, you know where to find me. Let's take them for the YC. You shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC, battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC, wanna smoke? You know where it's at the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect, yeah, YC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave them folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YC. Can anybody beat rare breed at the YC? Voodoo going for a 5P at the YC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YC. Adamsville coming back to eat, yeah, YC. Bessemer got two different teams in the YC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush somebody's dreams at the YC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them for the YC. You shooting a movie, meet us on the set.
Hey, what's your area code?
Hey, 423, man. Chattanooga, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
205. 205, Miami in the building. I'm telling you, we here.
205. No good. No good.
Oh.
Shout out Miami.
You shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC, battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC, wanna smoke? You know where it's at the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect, yeah, YC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave them folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YC. Can anybody beat rare breed at the YC? Voodoo going for a 5P at the YC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YC. Adamsville coming back to eat, yeah, YC. Bessemer got two different teams in the YC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush somebody's dreams at the YC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them for the YC. You shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC, battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC, wanna smoke? You know where it's at the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect, yeah, YC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave them folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze.
Corey, what's up, my
what
G?
up? What's up?
Hey, y'all, we back. We back. I know y'all missed us. We back. We are here. We come to save the day. Corey got his Superman cape on because he all about saving them, right? And listen, we are here to give you guys the real. I know y'all tired of the fake, man. We out there. We out here. Man, another good 2 weeks of some really good games, Corey. Some teams got upset. Some teams fell out of the rankings. Some teams put us on notice and introduced themselves to the rankings, man. I mean, between now and let's just say the end of October, so the next 2.5 weeks, Corey, it's a lot of big games going down, man. And I don't know any one of these 9 age groups where the rankings gonna stay the same. I just don't see it, man. It's been too many upsets and too many people in specific age groups. Specific age groups, some age groups have really been playing. So if we're being honest, 10U, they've been outside. 10U
Yeah.
been outside. Even with the big boogeyman at the top known as ape shit, like they've been outside, man. I don't know how this thing gonna shake up, Corey.
Hey, it's gonna shape up the way it's supposed to go. It's the YNC. You gotta get out there and play. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. People running, not wanting to take that L, not wanting to play. well, the in the YNC you got to play to get there. So we seen some teams play. I mean, I watched Georgia Eagles, and Rare Breed game.
Rare
You know what I'm
breed.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I saw is that they didn't back down from him. The big running back was running all over everybody, looking like Derrick Henry Jr. But in that game, they was chasing them down. They was trying to make contact with him. So it was one of those games where even though the score said one thing, they still was out there playing.
Well, you also got to remember too when you're talking about games like that, right? When you're talking about Red Breed versus Real Deal Eagles, right? You're talking about kids that have been playing against each other since they started youth football. So the intimidation factor is not always going to be there like it is if you take that rare team and take them down to South Florida, or you bring them to Texas, or you go over to Cali, right? Because again, a lot of these kids, they've never played them before, right? And they see all the hype on the social media, they see the videos, they hear about the legacy of the organization itself. And as you know as well as I know, there's always a little bit of an intimidation factor. But when you're playing somebody that you've been balling against since y'all both put on the pads, it don't scare you. You're going to attack it a little bit differently. And I think that was one of the things that I liked about that particular game. So the final score of that game, if I'm not mistaken, was 20-26 or 24-26. I'm sorry, 20-6, right? Or 24-6, somewhere in that range, right? But there were 4 touchdowns called back. So this game could have easily been ugly. But if we're being honest, RDE has probably played, if not the closest, almost the next to closest game that we've seen against Red Breed this year. I mean, so that's got to speak for something. You're losing to the number one team in the country that's putting 40 and 50 balls on everybody, right? But they didn't 50 ball or 40 ball you, man. Is
Nah,
there such thing as a moral
and,
victory when
and
we're
it
talking
was
about
it
this,
was
Corey?
it was a lot of tackles. It was a lot of hitting. I didn't see them back down at all. Even when they was down, they was still coming out trying to hit. It wasn't no runaway on it. You know what I'm saying? It was a game.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a game. I know on the rare side, they probably like, it wasn't no game. We was doing this, that, and the third, but it was a game because then on the other side, the Eagles never really backed down. They didn't take a playoff. So, with that being said, it's one of them games that, yeah, you didn't win, but you set the tone. Now everybody gonna know who you are, who the Eagles are.
No, without a doubt. So let me ask you this, Corey, right? And I know we talk about this sometimes. Before we drop these rankings, before we update everybody where everybody sits, before we start talking about the what if brackets that we're gonna drop in 2 weeks with our next set of rankings, right? If we're talking about pound for pound, most dominant team in youth football today. I'm not talking about their body of work over years. I'm just talking about in the 2025 preseason and regular season thus far. Is Georgia Red Breeds on 10U the most dominant youth football team in the country, or is it still Fayette County Voodoo on 11U?
So if we just talking about from preseason on, it's rare breed because if you look at that age group, Big Besma has been not only Big Besma, so icy. There's so many teams you can throw off in there that in that age group had shown up, had said, look, we could compete at this age group. And not only did Rare Breed come and change the platform where people have to, you got to score on them to beat them. It's not going to be no 6-0 game because they're going to try to put up points. They running back, is phenomenal. Like the kid really know how to run in space. And I ain't talking about the giant. I'm talking about the regular size, some people will
Yeah.
call them undersized
He
kids.
said,
You know what
he
I'm
say
saying?
regular size.
The regular size 10-year-old. I ain't talking about that grown man, but
Yeah.
I would say rare breed, if you're looking at the preseason to now, how dominant they have been, and also how they came out of nowhere because, last year, you can't say that, oh, rare breed was gonna come out and do this, that. Nobody was gonna think that until they put the work in, and they've been putting the work in. So, yeah, they had a name, yeah, they had a legacy, they got the coaches, they got players, but you saw what they did. I don't think it in the preseason. It wasn't one game that was close.
Well, listen, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a moment. For a moment. Now,
Okay.
while you talking about the 10U age level is on fire, they outside. And I do believe that right now, Rare Breed has a good argument for the most dominant team in youth football for 2025 if we talking about preseason and regular season. Now, as you know, Voodoo holds the crown pound for pound. But I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
another team that really has a legitimate shot at a claim. GEA 7U. If we're looking at the 2025 season, and I get it, a lot of people may say, well, it's still 7U. They hadn't transitioned as much. Hey, age level is age level, football is football. Let's look at GEA 7U, right? I'm going to tell you, right now, 2025 preseason as well as regular season, they go and win the YNC preseason nationals, right?
Yep.
They blow everybody out. One team this regular season they done beat 55-0, right? We look back, they beat Meadow Creek 34-0. Then they beat RLF 2 weeks ago 30-0. Then last week they beat Old Nat 30-0. I mean, the scores that they are putting up on
They
7U,
fired.
bro, and you and I both been youth coaches. 7U it's hard to put up those type scores, right? I think they have a claim. I mean, I think without a doubt, we can say the top three youth football teams in the country, pound for pound, right now,
Right now.
is Voodoo on 11U, Red Breeds on 10U, GEA on 7U. Now let's talk about some of the, and I know an 8U Bessemer could probably put a claim in there too, right? But I don't know, man. Right now, those three front runners, their whole body of work, if we're talking pound for pound just for 2025 right now, I think all three of them have a legitimate case.
Yeah. Well, I would say, throw Bessemer name off in there. And then there's teams that I think, and it's just me, I think not only are on the cusp of that, but I would say this. I don't think, Supreme gonna lay down, right? That 8U age group is gonna be on fire. Supreme ain't finna lay
But all
down.
right, so hold on. You mentioned something
Okay,
there. Let me ask you this. So you telling me right now, right, when we get to Wellington, Florida in December, I'm gonna be there. I know you're gonna be there, right?
I'm gonna be there.
You think Supreme is going to defend their YNC national championship and get their bite back from what Bessemer did at YNC preseason nationals?
I mean, if I'm a betting man, yeah, I'm gonna say Supreme. If you remember Supreme last year, I know everybody do remember. Supreme last year was very dominant. Like if we were talking about Supreme and how dominant they was,
They
7U.
were.
Now you
They were.
they super dominant, right? So now with
Yep.
8U, they fall in the championship game. I don't think that's a team you wipe out. I don't think there's a team that's not going, they got the coaching staff, they got players, they got the swag, they got everything they need. I'm not knocking Big Bessemer because Bessemer came out, told me the day before that they was gonna do what they did. And they came out and they won. But I wouldn't sleep on it. I wouldn't sleep on Supreme at all. Supreme one of them teams that lost, like even Big Bessemer, right? 10U this year, but last year was what I'm 11 10U this year. Last year was the 9U. They lost to So Icy, right? And So
Yep.
Icy came
Yep.
out with
Yep.
all the swag. You know what I'm saying? And from then, if you look at that team to now, that changed a whole lot. So I think really, I wouldn't sleep on Supreme. That's gonna be a team that's gonna still be there. I think we still got uh on 6U, even though they're that they've been very dominant, it still might have somebody to pop in there. 6U is a toss up, because it's not a lot of film on those 6U teams, even when people play 5U, you know. So 6U is another one, but at the same time,
Yeah, no,
they
no. So the Municipal Raiders, they are
yes,
definitely dominating 6U. I'm gonna give you one more team, right? And this is a
okay,
team, I'm not gonna say that came out of nowhere, but this is a team before the preseason. I'm not going to say preseason nationals because they made a statement before they made it to preseason nationals. But before the preseason, not a lot of people was talking about the AK boys, right?
no,
And for those of you
no,
that are not beefed up on the AK boys on 13U, they are a combination from last year's Osceola Cowboys and Alpha Dogs. brackets, right? They put it together. They said, listen, man, let's not play a part. Let's put one on for the city. Let's put the egos aside. Let's take these two teams. Let's put the best together. Let's represent our city and let's go after Big Zip. And that's what they did right out the gate. And right now, you're talking about, I mean, week after week as I'm getting updates and checking the scores, man. Like they just beat Dover 14U 33-0. And we talking about they're playing up an age level. And as you know, right, in youth sports, that's hard to do. And I know I get it. 13 and 14, you should play with each other, but that's still up a age level is always hard to do.
Facts. Big facts.
So, all right, man. So listen, as you know, guys, we're gonna drop these rankings. So we drop them every 2 weeks. What's finna happen in the next 2 weeks after we drop these rankings is next time we're gonna drop some rankings for you, and we're gonna start our what if brackets. And you say, Clay, hey, why are we starting the what if brackets right now? Because at the end of October, that's when the first round of invites go out.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's time for people to start planning to be with me and Corey and the rest of the squad in Wellington, Florida, right? We've got so many dope things that's about to come through here. Pretty soon I'm going to release to y'all what the new chain look like, what the new ring look like, right? We're going to do our dick shopping spree like we always do. We're going to really put on for these babies. But we got to make sure that we got the right teams. And here's the thing that's got to stay the same across the board. We want the top 8 teams in the country. I get it. There are some age levels where you could argue that it deserves to be a 10 or 12 team bracket, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But if you are a top 8 team in the country, it don't matter if you are independent and you affiliate yourself with the YNC. It don't matter if you are in a league and you affiliate yourself with another platform. It don't matter if you are a team that plays in a league in somewhere in Wyoming and nobody's ever heard of you, and you feel like you can play with the best of the best. We want the top 8 teams in the country. That's what it's all about. We want the top 8 teams in the country so they can get together and play football and let it be settled on the football field. I think the thing that's kind of crazy is, you get all these different platform national champions and everybody saying, well, this champion is better than this champion. There's only one place. There's only one place in the country where you can settle that. It don't matter what platform you're from. The Youth National Championship going down in Wellington, Florida. And I can tell you this. Before we get into these rankings, Corey, there were some people that thought there was some chink in the armor in one of our national champions, Corey. They thought they thought they had some chink in the armor. And even with what I would say, maybe not the regular season that this champion is used to, maybe not with, the start of the season like this national champion is used to. What I love about it, man, is what they say, Corey, the heart of a champion. Hey, these people showed why the YNC is the YNC, bro. And we'll get into it when we get to that age bracket. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but just know when we tell you the YNC is the YNC for a reason, it really is. And I'm not, it really is. It really is, bro. And I'm not trying to say it like to seem arrogant or cocky. I'm just stating facts right now. I'm just stating facts. I mean, if this was in the court of law, I could run down plenty of game tape and scores of platform champions versus platform champions, and you'll see where we stand. We have the best record.
Yeah.
We have the best record. And there's a reason why, man. There's a reason why. But listen, also, as we talked about it, right, it's going down to Wellington, Florida, December 8th through the 14th, Youth National Championship. For those of you guys that say, hey, right now, Clay, we playing really good ball. We in the top 8, right? Or we feel like we about to get in the top 8, or we're going to make a late push and we're going to go play number 2, number 3, number 4. We're going to jump into the top 8. One thing is that stays true. Everybody's got to get their situation to be able to be at the Youth National Championship, right? A lot of people use that as their vacation. A lot of people use that as their Christmas gift for them kids. Let's try to make this whole thing a lot easier. There is a platform out there, right? And AG is going to drop y'all with the information, right? There's a platform out there where you can fundraise money for your youth organization to attend the Youth National Championship, right? And I want to get this information out there because one thing is for sure. Every year when I was coaching youth football, that we went to the YNC, or even back in the day when we would go to the SYFL, the Snoop National Championship, we always had to do some sort of fundraising. Whether if we were doing water sales or we were, you know, raffling off, big screen TVs and PlayStations and things like that. We always had to do something to raise money so we can make sure that all the families could go, right? And more importantly, the kids could have an amazing time while they're there. AG, let's go and throw this QR code up here, man, so these people can get an opportunity to really take advantage of the platform that we have in place to help people raise money. So, Fun Youth Sports, right? FYS, it's for everybody. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? They have the lowest fundraising fee possible, right? So y'all see the QR code right there in the middle of the screen. Scan that, you get all the information for it, right? And these people are going to help you get the funds that you guys need to go wherever you want to go, whether if it's the YNC or not, right? And I'm gonna give you a little game. Nobody travels like the OG Ducks. I'm
They
gonna give you
travel,
some more
travel.
game. How do you think the OG Ducks travel? And we all know how expensive it is, not just to live in California, but to travel to and from California. Fun Youth Sports. Fund, not fun, fund, FUND, youth sports. This is the way that we can go ahead and get it on out there. AG, I think we got a commercial for them, right? Let's go on and drop that. So if you're not familiar with them, you can understand what it is, man, and really kind of help your kids, help them babies be able to be all they can be, man.
Congratulations on starting your fundraising campaign. We are thrilled to partner with you and your athlete to raise the necessary funds for the upcoming season. To make your campaign stand out, it's crucial to create compelling posts that truly resonate with your donors. We challenge you to take 10 minutes today to begin your social media blitz. Share how essential this campaign is for your athlete and team, and ask everyone you know to repost your message. Social media platforms offer billions of active users, creating an immense audience for your fundraising campaign to reach and engage with. If you need help with any of the social media platforms, we provided a tutorial on posting for maximum effectiveness. Let's work together and make your campaign a success.
Hey, there it is, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I said, nobody travels like the OG Ducks. You can say what you want, but they travel year after year, right? And they go around the country to be able to play some of the best teams in the country. And this is how they do it. This is their fundraising platform. So, and I get it. People in California rich, right? They rich. They just rich. I mean, you don't live in California unless you're rich, right? But still, there's still got to be some leg work done. This is how they do it. And Corey, I mean, with you being a head coach right now of your youth organization, if you got a squad together, and I know y'all play in a league where y'all play a state championship, but if you were in a situation where you could attack a national championship, no matter what platform it is, think about how hard it's got to be to to raise the funds for your family to be able to do that, or for your
And being
not for
a
your family but for your
so,
team.
yeah, but we had with the Outlaws, we traveled to Florida plenty of times, and when I tell you the cost gets it gets up there, and it's at a time of the year where you're thinking about you're getting your kids toys and stuff like that. Well, kids don't want toys no more; they want PlayStation, iPhone 17s, all that. So so you don't break. So Santa don't disappoint them on the 25th. Go ahead and get the fundraiser, man, and where you can have you not only you can have the funds to get down there, but it don't actually hurt you to in a month where you want to be able to spend money, on your kids and stuff like that. So it's a perfect thing. I think it not only does it help you, helps the organization. You know what I'm saying? And then who want to go down to Florida and you're missing your top dog because you can't fundraise. So with that being said, like yeah, by all means, take advantage, man. Take advantage.
Ain't nothing gonna piss off your team more is you done made it all the way to Wellington and your big gun can't make it. Your
Oh
big gun
yeah,
can't
no,
make it. But Corey, man, let's go ahead and jump into these rankings, man, because people got to get
let's get it.
get to sleep. Hell, I got to be at the airport at 3:30 in the morning because we have a 5 a.m. flight, so we can head out to Ohio and challenge
Ohio.
Washington High School in Massillon. So we got a big game this week, and we flying out. We flying out early tomorrow morning. So let's get this done,
Let's
man,
hop in
so the
them.
people can
Let's hop in
they
them
can they
rankings.
can criticize us and tell us our rankings is trash and tell us
Of
how we
course.
favoring some other team and tell us
Of
how we
course.
don't know what we doing, and
Mhm.
tell us that it's political because they don't want to follow rules. And I guess I could talk on that a little bit, Corey. Let me talk on that before I drop these rankings. Let me explain
Rule
something.
breakers.
Listen, man. Listen. I understand everybody has their own narrative and their own agenda. But rules have been in place in different aspects of life since the beginning of time, before you and I was even thought about. Quit with the it's politics. Rules are in place for a reason. If you want to be part of something, you structure your things to fit the rules. If you don't want to be part of it, then just don't be part of it. But you ain't got to create this narrative that is politics. You ain't got to create this narrative that people scared of you and this and that. No, man. The reality is this: you have made a commitment to your team, and I respect that. We have made a commitment to the rules that we have in place for all the teams that want to do it the way we want to do it. That's just the way it is, man. You may be pretty good, but you're not YNC good. Because if you was, you'd follow the rules. All right,
Hey,
let me go and go
hey,
to this, Corey.
hey,
So 6U, man. Now, as you
big six.
guys know, right now, this is the top 15 6U in the country. And as you know, if you've been following with us, right, we always start off with our number 11 through 15. And those are our on the rise teams, right? So started at number 15, and they fell out of the bracket, right? But they've jumped back in. And you got to remember, Corey, on 6U, there wasn't very much movement. I mean, out of everybody that was ranked, I think the biggest loss was, West Orlando Jaguars lost 26-19, right? But besides that, mostly everybody took care of their business. So jumping back into the rankings after falling out with their loss to Acres Home, sitting at number 15, you have Space City, SRT. Sitting at number 14, the Tarrant City Ducks representing Alabama. Sitting at number 13, Acres Homes Bulldogs representing that H. Number 12, Treyman Elite in Florida. Sitting at number 11, the Bessemer Tigers out of Alabama. And your top 10 6U teams in the country, starting with Inslee Broncos out of Alabama. Then we're going to jump up to number 9 for the Miami Garden Ravens. Sitting at number 8, Boynton Beach, another Florida team. Number 7, the Cincinnati Cardinals, Corey, and I'm going to tell you, as I continue to watch these updates from them, right, they impressed me. They won 2 weeks ago 30-0 against the Princeton Vikes. Then they won this past weekend 38-0 against the Warriors, right? Also, let's talk about Boynton Beach, how dominant they've been, 32-6 over Miami Powell. Then they won 36-0 over the Lauderhill Broncos. You've got some teams that have been very dominant. Sitting at number 5, Lauderdale Lake Vikings. Number 4, Raising Havoc. They won 18-12 over Texas Faith, which was a 7U. So they playing up an age group. And then they also won 13-7 over the West Texas Horns, which is another 7U team. Sitting at number 3, DOA Boys out of Ohio. Number 2, Atlanta Elite Wolfpack. And the number 1 6U team in the country right now. They've taken it from wire to wire. They won the preseason, YNC preseason nationals. And right now they're running through the regular season unblemished. The Municipal Raiders out of Alabama. Corey, this is your top 15 6U in the country, and I'm gonna explain something to you. Treyman Elite winning 40-0 over CFK, then coming back and beating Duval 32-0, right? Then you got Acres Home Bulldogs won 25-20 over the Mo City Buckeyes, right? Miami Garden Ravens won 39-0 over Rockledge. The biggest one, Inslee, the Inslee Broncos pull off a big win against a rival, 42-12 over Adamsville. These teams are playing, bro, and that's why you don't see much movement in the rankings right there. I think you see towards the bottom a few teams shuffle, but outside of that, everybody's taking care of their business.
Yeah, you see people moving, falling out the ranking, getting back in the ranking. Hey, it ain't about your loss. It's how you keep playing and how you keep building, man. So solid 6U, man. Top 15 right there. We taking the top 8. So you know what you got to do to get there. Keep moving. Keep playing.
That's it. Well, Corey, let's go on and bless these people with that 7U.
All right, 7U. 7U. Start with our On the Rise. We have Newman Outlaws. Yep. Newman Outlaws out of Georgia. They had number 15. Then we had the Brandon Bears out of Florida. They sitting at number 14. Pac Prime out of Texas at 13. Number 12. SRT Boys out of Georgia. And then our number 11. SED Wolverines. And they out of Texas. Our top 10 on 7U. Number 10, we got Bullies Reloaded out of South Carolina. Then we had a Lauderdale Lake Vikings out of Florida sitting at 9. Number 8, the Turntwood Rams out of Ohio. We got Motion Short out of Alabama. Stop. It's you. It's really you.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
lock
I'm
back
sorry,
in.
bro. I'm sorry.
Motion Sharks out of Alabama sitting at
My
number
bad,
7. Then
Mayweather.
we got number 6, DMV, the DMVU, the Big Army out of Maryland. Number 5, Montgomery Cardinals out of Alabama. We got Municipal Raiders out of Alabama. Number 3, Fort Lauderdale Canes out of Florida. Number 2, Big Bessemer out of Alabama, and the number 1 team, and we talked about them earlier being how powerful they are, being one of the pound for pound best teams in the nation. GEA at 7U, number
G-
1.
GEA. GEA, like you said, arguably one of the most dominant teams in the country. And everybody may say, man, what happened to Twin City Outlaws? They were number 6 in the country and 2 weeks ago. Where they at now? Well, I can tell you what happened. They lost to 2 teams that were not ranked, right? So took a big L to the Noonan Outlaws, 20-0. As you can see, Noonan has jumped into the rankings in the top 15. Then took another loss, 7-6 versus CDJ, right? Central DeKalb Jaguars. And you just like, I don't know. How can you be top, I don't know, 15 in the country and you just take 2 L's back to back like that from teams that are not ranked? But ultimately, I know Twin City going to stay plugging away. Some big wins like we talked about. GEA being very dominant, winning 30-0 2 weeks in a row, right? And then you have Municipal Raiders winning 35-0 over the Vikings and 28-0 over 8 Mile, right? Montgomery Cardinals University winning 40-0. DMVU won 33-0 over PME. Playmakers Elite is always a highly respected organization in that DMV area. So for them to pull off that win 33-0, man, speaks volume. Southeast Dallas Wolverines, SED, big game against Dallas Elite. As you know, that's always a competitive matchup. And SED won 18-0 over Dallas Elite. And the Brandon Bears are steady rolling as they win 32-0 over Osceola. Again, a lot of teams in this 7U uh, ranking that took care of their business. And that's what you have to do. I mean, it pays to be a winner. Winners win. There's no other way to
Winners,
put it,
winners
man.
win.
You can brother, you can try to wrap it up and shine it any way you want to, brother, but winners win and losers lose, man. And right now these guys are winning. So you got to show them their respect. So let's move on into this 8U, Corey. And I know this 8U, man, it's another age group that a lot of people are waiting on. Now again, not a lot of movement because everybody kind of took care of their business. But we're still gonna start it off with the On the Rise. So On the Rise, right? And new to the rankings on 8, you sitting at number 15, MBK Tigers out of Alabama. You may say, MBK, we ain't heard from them in a minute. Last year they was really popping, right? They had a kind of slow start to the preseason, couldn't really get some of the big matchups that they wanted, but now as an organization, they starting to get those games in, and they working their way up the chart, sitting at number 14, Oakland Dynamites, who just came off of a win versus the San Jose Hit Squad, 6-0 because of a forfeit. So I don't know why San Jose didn't show up, man, but Oakland Dynamites is rolling on that. Sitting at number 13, you have the Lauderdale Lake Vikings. Sitting at number 12, Twin City Outlaws out of Georgia. And number 11, the Tampa Jaguars out of Florida. Now, your 8U top 10 in the country right now. Sitting at number 10, DMVU New World Order, that is your number 10 team in the country. Sitting at number 9, we have Montgomery Cardinals University representing Alabama. Sitting at number 8, Boynton Beach Bulldogs out of Florida. And before I go any further, man, Montgomery Cardinals just beat somebody 56-0.
Ouch.
56-0, bro. Like, that's a lot of
Ouch.
touchdowns, Corey. That's a
That's a lot.
lot of mamas sitting on the other sideline saying, I could be doing something better with my Saturday than watch my son get drugged up and down this football field. I mean, it really is, man. But hey, somebody got to do it. Sitting at number 7, Adamsville Tigers representing Alabama. Sitting at number 6, Rosedale Tigers out of DC. And backdoored at number 5, 251 Buckeyes out of Alabama. I keep getting these messages every week from the Rosedale people. Hey, we beat 251. Why they ranked in front of us? We beat 251. Why they ranked in front of us? Rosedale. We not negating the fact that you may have beat them, but you probably beat them sometime in the preseason. And when we saw them in the preseason, they had revamped some things and looked really good. So you want to jump them, man? I need to see a big win during the regular season. Number 4, Southeast Dallas Wolverines out of Texas. Sitting at number 3, Polk County House of Athletes. No, they are not asking you to pay your HO, your homeowners association dues. They got a house full of athletes. Sitting at number 2, Atlanta Elite Supreme, Corey's pick to win the 8U national championship. Y'all heard it here, right? Y'all heard it here. He said he wanted that. That's who he picking. And then the number 1 8U team in the country,
Big Bell.
Bessemer Tigers, also known as BCU, because they say they are a university. Here are your top 15 on 8U, Corey, and you talked about this age group not too long ago, right? When we started the show. You really think that at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Supreme and Bessemer, and Supreme is going to repeat as back-to-back YNC champions, right?
Yeah, I believe that you can't overlook them. Like, they have champion pedigree. Atlanta Elite, uh, they know how to put the kids in good places. So I'm not saying that for sure they're gonna go out there and win it, but I don't think you overlook them. I think this is a tough, tough age
Yeah.
group, and
Yeah.
if you sleep on one of them, and before you know it, you sleep on one of them, and then boom, Atlanta Elite then pulled it off at the end. So yeah, right now I think Big Bessemer got the nod, but they also have a lot of work ahead of them. BCU is a hell of a team, but I think Atlanta Elite, Supreme, they've been doing it and they ready.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yes,
All right, Corey. Let's go on and bless
Nine
them people
U.
with this 9U. 9U action.
All right, 9U on the rise. At number 15, we got Tennessee Mob Elite out of Tennessee. Then we have Baldwin Hill Bruins out of California, right? Then we have at number 13, we got Legacy U out of Ohio. At number 12, Oak Cliff Titans out of Texas. And number 11, we got HA Radios out of California. Our top 10 in the country on 9U. Number 10, Frankfurt Chargers out of PA. Number 9, Atlanta Elite Georgia Power out of Georgia. At number 8, we got Montgomery Cardinals out of Alabama. Number 7, we got Lauderdale Lake Vikings out of Florida. Number 6, Rare Breed. They was pretty high up there. Now they at number 6. Number 5, we got Florida City Razorbacks. At number 4, we got Duval Jags. Number 3,
Duval!
number 3, Adamsville Tigers out of Alabama. Number 2 in the country, we got Space City Bounty Boys right out of Texas. And the number 1 team, Fort Lauderdale Canes right out of Florida, man. Tough group right there. 9U ready for action. Ready for action.
Now, I think this is a group, Corey, that becomes very interesting when we start the what if brackets next time, right? It
Mm.
becomes very interesting when we get in Wellington, Florida, because to be honest with you, when you talk about the teams that have had success against other teams, this this bracket is going to depend on where you fall, because there are 2 or 3 teams that if they're on one side of the bracket, they're not a favorite, but if they're on the other side of the bracket, they become a favorite. And you just never really know how this thing is going to fall. I mean, but right now everybody's taking care of their business, not really in the changes. I mean, we're talking about Tennessee Mob Elite, who won 26-0 and also 16-0 against two 10Us, right? Then you got Baldwin Hills, who just won 46-0. You've got Legacy U, who just won 35-0. OC Titans, who just beats the Eagles 50-0, right? Then you got Georgia Power Elite, who just beat Lithonia, who, as you know, is one of the premier programs in the Atlanta area, beat them 30-0. Miami Cardinals University squeeze out a close victory versus the Tarrant City Ducks 6-0, but then come back and beat the brakes off Huffman 30-0, and then beat PTD 24-0 as well. Rare Breeds 28-0 over Fairburn, right? Duval, they take out two big wins, 32-0 over Alpha Dogs. They beat Trey Man 40-0. Same thing with Adamsville. They beat the Tarrant City Ducks huge 34-0. And then Space City, they are playing 10Us. They playing up an age group. They still win 19-0 over the Junior Jags and 31-6 over the Mo City Buckeyes. So the one thing that you can see, right, is that these teams are winning. And like we've already said, winners win. So long as winners keep winning, rankings ain't gonna be much movement. But here's what I think is gonna be interesting, Corey. I think here's the team that I think, if I'm looking at the top 8 right now, is going to get their way in, because a few of these teams have to cross paths. For example, Adamsville and Montgomery Cardinals have to cross paths. They in the same league. Atlanta Elite Georgia Power is going to benefit off of that. Not to mention, do the Florida City Razorbacks and Lauderdale Lakes have to cross paths, right? Or does Lauderdale Lakes and Duval have to cross paths because they're in the same league? Not to mention these other big games that they all kind of have been having. It's going to be interesting to watch this thing continue to play out, man. I mean, it's like we said, Corey, at the end of October, that's when those first rounds come out. But now we finna go to the age group that right now, in my opinion, has the most juice, and that's that 10U. AG, before we bless them with this 10U, though, man, let's pay these bills, man. Let's drop something for these people to just kind of chew on a little bit before we get on this 10U, man. Shout out to my boy AG on the ones and twos. You know how you get down.
What's your go-to pregame meal?
McDonald's, go get the $5 meal.
If you weren't trying to go pro in football, what's going to go pro in and why?
I go pro in basketball just because it's an athletic sport. I'm good at it. It's another sport I play.
What's your go-to pregame song?
Just Listen by Vaughn. I don't want to kick. All I got switch.
Like, had a lot of crazy ones, but what's your favorite catch and why?
I'll say the one hand and Ohio. So I don't know, just the catch. The catch itself. I don't even know how I caught it.
Who are your top NFL receivers right now?
Mark Chase, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown.
All right, we back. And here's the age group that I think a lot of y'all been waiting for. It's this 10U. And let me go and set the table for you here a little bit, Corey, right? With this 10U thing, man, they've been outside. I mean, from top to bottom, teams have been outside. Teams have taken multiple L's against other ranked teams, right? And they've continued playing. Then you got some teams that take L's against teams that's not even ranked, and then they wonder where they fall, right? So let's talk about the losses in the past 2 weeks on this age level, right?
All right.
First, you have previously number 3, OG Ducks, take a 30-22 loss to Gorilla Mob. So right then, Gorilla Mob really feeling good about themselves, and they showing their cuts, they showing their build, wearing tight-fitted shirts and all, right? And then the very next week,
Get
Gorilla
popped.
Mob takes on defending YNC champ. Let me rephrase it.
Big Bess.
Defending multiple YNC champ, Big Bessemer, who has taken a few losses this season so far. People saying chink in the armor. They pumping it up. Oh, it's the YNC champ versus this champ. They pumping it up. They
Yeah.
think this their year. They think this their
Yeah.
year. You know, everybody talking dime. Oh, Coach Blue ain't got it no more. They don't have this. They don't have that. Such and such running back ain't there. That linebacker ain't there. Listen, man. The YNC is the YNC for a reason. So then my man Blue goes down to the H and drops them folks. Drops them folks. After they get a big win, right? They get dropped. Now, here's the part that's even. I'm gonna tell you who lost the most out of this, though, out of this whole ordeal. And we're not even gonna talk about how Rare Breed beat RDE 20-6. Like we know about that, right? But I'm gonna tell you who lost the most out of this whole ordeal. OG Ducks. And I'm gonna tell you why. They were sitting at number 3 in the country. They take a loss to a Gorilla Mob that was not ranked in the top 10. Then Gorilla Mob takes a loss to a team that wasn't ranked in the top 10. It kind of makes it tough. It kind of
Yeah.
makes it tough, don't you think, Corey?
So it's gonna be some movement.
It's gonna be some movement.
It's
It's
gonna
some
be some
people
movement.
that's gonna be very upset with this movement, Corey. It's some people gonna be very upset, right? But it pretty much is what it is, brother. It just is what it is, right? So here we go. I 10U top 15 in the country. Starting out with our On the Rise, still sitting at number 15, coming off their win of 26-6 versus Georgia Force, right? Is So Icy Boys. Sitting at number 14, Air Academy, who they beat somebody 92-0, bro. North County.
That's
Listen,
basketball
I love
numbers.
Air. I love Air Academy. I love a Reggie building out there, bro. But when you beat somebody 92-0, them people didn't even deserve to be on the field with you, bro. Imagine, Corey, imagine being the mama having to sit there and watch their child get 92 points put on their head.
That bust the clock, man. You turn that clock off, bro. I don't even know how they
Gotta
keep
stop
going though. Why y'all still going? They be
Hey,
outside running right now.
when does it become running clock? When does it become running clock?
Yes, like how fast are your touchdowns? You know what I'm saying? Like if
Oh
one
boy.
play gone, I wouldn't even want to play
That's
that game.
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's crazy.
Sitting at number 13. Dropping 10 spots, Corey. OG Ducks.
Damn,
Ooh.
got to be more careful. Got
Sitting at
to
number
be.
12. Gorilla Mob. Dropping a spot.
Yeah.
Sitting at number 11. Dropping a spot after they took a loss to the Maryland Heat. Houston Wolfpack. And let's talk about Houston Wolfpack for a moment. They go up to the East Coast. They beat DMVU 32-26. And then the next day, Maryland Heat, who's the number 2 team in the country, might I add, beat them 31-6. At that time, they were the number 8 team in the country. So now they've dropped down to number 11. And now we're finna get into our 10, our top 10 U teams in the country. Sitting at number 10, Osceola Cowboys out of Florida. Number 9, and back in the top 10, back to back to back, defending YNC champion, Coach Blue and the Bessemer Tigers. Sitting at number 8 after their loss to the number 1 team in the country, Real Deal Eagles. Sitting at number 7, LSN Chiefs out of Missouri. Sitting at number 6, Southeast Dallas Wolverines out of Texas. Sitting at number 5, Dallas Elite, who beat Duncanville 58-0, bro. 58-0. Then you have number 4, Lauderdale Lake Vikings, representing Florida. Number 3, Duval Jaguars, who just came off of a big win, 28-0 over TMGU. Your number 2 team in the country, Maryland Heat, who beat the Wolfpack 31-6, and then backdoored and beat City Life 47-0. 47-0. And then your number one 10U team in the country, fresh off they win over the Real Deal Eagles, Georgia Red Breed, I call them ape shit. Might be pound for pound the most dominant team in 2025. Corey Jefferson, talk to me about this top 15 because it's going to be a lot of people with a lot of different opinions on how this 10U just shook out. Talk to me.
Well, like you said from the beginning, they've been outside, they've been playing each other. You know, you had what, 1, 2 games, 3 games that where the top teams are playing each other. They inside the top 15 and they're playing against each other. They're not playing teams you ain't never heard about, right? They going after the smoke. Rare Breed and the RDE game was a good game. It wasn't no walk off. It wasn't no like, oh, just lay down. Them kids was out there playing. They was tapping. They was making the games very interesting. So with this being said, man, it's a tough age group because everybody want to be inside this age group. Big Bessemer, all of them out here playing and trying to get back into that top 8. That top 8 really gonna make something shape.
That's it, man. That's it. So let's go on and break into it, man.
You know there's gonna be an age
let's
group.
Go and break into it. BJ Parker, stop it. Stop it, BJ. Stop it. Stop it.
this
you
went
from 8 to 11. You went from 8 to 11 after losing 31-6. Stop it, bro. You dropped 3 spots. Do your math. 3 spots. You could be, like I said, the one that got hurt the worst over this was OG Ducks because they got hit with a kind of like what they call it, a domino effect because they lost to a team that wasn't in the top 10, who then lost to another team that wasn't in the top 10. So it became a rollover effect. So BJ Parker, stop it, man. Stop it. You need to stop. You need to stop, bro. Stop it. Yeah. So, but like I said, man, this 10U thing is getting sticky. It's getting sticky. It's getting sticky. Y'all can say what y'all want about SED. Let me tell you what SED did. They won 37-12 over Metroflex. They won 22-0 over the Tar Heels. Winners win. That's all I can tell you. Winners win. Yes, we went 2-3 in YNC. BJ, Corey, what month was YNC preseason nationals?
What? July, August?
August. What month are we in?
Oh. We in October now, baby.
It changes, man. And I keep telling y'all this. Here's the thing that I need everybody to understand, right, as we go through this, man. And I'm saying this with all sincerity, right? Preseason matters. For the baseline, wins and losses during the regular season are always going to have more weight than preseason work. Preseason matters. It does, 100%, for your baseline, for you to get started. But if you take in L's in the regular season, it matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. Oh, man. So, and anyway, man. So, Corey, man.
Winners win.
Let's roll over to this 11U because listen, I think you're gonna see some other shifting in this 11U that's gonna be interesting, man. But I'm gonna let you get started and then I'll break it down for the people because they're gonna have some questions.
Oh yeah. All right, on the rise, we got at number 15, LA Rams out of California. All right, at number 14, we got Trayman Elite right out of Florida. Then we got Peters Park. Stop that. Peters Park out of Alabama.
I can't fool with you, bro. I can't fool with you.
Number 12, we got DMV, the Ferrari Boys out of DC. Then we got Montgomery Cardinals out of Alabama at number 11, our top 10 11Us in the country. At number 10, we got HA Raiders right out of California. Then we got Walk 'em Down game, right? They supposed to have a big game coming up this weekend with the Saw Boys. We got Walk 'em Down game at number 9. Then we got the Midwest Saw Boys out of Ohio. That's number 8. Number 7, we got Bessemer Number 6, we got Mac Dolphins. And then number 5, we got Orlando Outlaws. Number 4, we got YFN. We was talking about them a lot last week. Out of Florida. Number 3, SED. Number 2, Lauderdale Lake Vikings. And the number 1 team in the country, probably the pound for pound best team, Fayetteville County, Voodoo. You know, all they do is win.
So
You want to say
so
win is
let's talk
win?
about this,
All they
Corey.
do is win. Go ahead, talk about it.
Let's talk about what this shakeup is about. So number one, you got the OC Buckeyes took a loss 44-22 to the LA Rams, right? Then you
Yep.
have the North Philly Blackhawks they got beat 55-6 by Voodoo. And I get it. Voodoo is cold, but
Cubits.
my God, it's 55-6.
55 to
But
6
here's
is
the
enough.
one that people are asking about. SED drops from 2 to 3. But why? They lost. Now, the reason why they drop is not so big. They lost to a 12U. But y'all know my rule. If you accept a game and you know there's an age difference, you got to live with the consequences. Right or wrong, Corey?
You got to live with it because you wanted that game.
You got to live with
You
the
put it on the schedule.
consequences.
Yeah.
Hey, so with that loss, they got to drop. Now, they don't drop as much as some other teams with losses because they played an older team. But,
Yeah.
hey, you got to live with those consequences, man. So this whole thing is a little bit different. I get it. But, hey, that's what we're here for, man, to challenge these kids and let them rise to the occasion. Rise to the occasion, Corey. So,
And you know,
but
people gotta ask, what about Brick City? Still haven't received any game when they played with a 7-1.
I've come to the conclusion, man, and from talking to some people that the 7-1 roster that they submitted on the YNC national rosters for August 15th, they have decided to just not do that anymore. So, if we want to evaluate Brick City, per YNC rules, again, because it's not politics, it's about rules, we would evaluate them as a 12U because by our rules, they are a 12U, right? So that's
Exactly.
how we would have to do it, right? So that's it, man. That's it, man. So let's knock out this 12U, 13U, and 14U, Corey, and then you can get back to being the dynamic father that you are. And then I'm gonna
Hey,
get ready to get on this flight in the morning.
hey.
Starting at 12U,
Oh,
starting with our On the Rise, right? Sitting at number 15, you have the Hilltop Hawks out of Ohio, who just had them a big upset victory over Legacy U 26-8. Sitting at number 14, Southside Ducks, after they win 34-0 over a Warrior 14U. I'm sorry, Warrior 13U team, so they move up a spot. Sitting at number 13, EP Cavalry out of Virginia. Sitting at number 12, Bama Elite out of Alabama. And let me put this disclaimer out there.
uh-oh. I need to hear it.
If there isn't any body of work, Bama Elite, you won't be on the next rankings. I'm just being honest with you. We've allowed it to try to go on a little bit further. So for those of y'all that need to reach out to Curtis, you better get some work in. You better get something on wax, my man, or they out of there. Sitting at number 11, Miami Gordon Raiders out of Florida, and your top 10 12Us in the country. Sitting at number 10, Ohio Elite Dogs, of course, representing at Ohio. Sitting at number 9, as Corey would say, HA or HA really means the Harbor Area Raiders out of
Harbor area.
California. Number 8, Treasure Coast Spartans out of Florida. Sitting at number 7, and Treasure Coast had them a big win, 39-20 over one of their arch rivals, Royal Pal. Sitting at number 7, West Orlando Jaguars out of Florida. Number 6, Air Academy off that West Coast in Washington. Number 5, Down South Elite, another Florida team, sitting at number 4. Gasser Bullies from South Carolina. Number 3, Georgia Eagles, sitting at number 2. OG Ducks, and the number 1 12U team in the country, who I just watched beat up on some 13Us in Houston. DEA. For those of you who don't know what that means Dragon Elite Academy. Corey, these are your top 15 teams on 12U in the country right now, man. What is your take on this list?
Man, when I say that the list, if you're looking at it uh, from 8, from 9, 10 down, I think all that is, they one-offs. These are people that can play each other, and actually they in the backyard of each other. I would set one of these games up so you can solidify yourself and moving into that top 8, that top 5 position. These are games that have to be played, especially if it's in your backyard. I would definitely want to see a West Orlando and a Treasure Coast play it out, right? So with that being said, man, I think it's a top list. Now everybody got to shoot for the top dog, which is DEA. This is their age group. They love to put super teams together at this age group. This is the first team, though. I will say this, though. This is the first team that DEA had that's been like brought up like the regular youth football. I
Yep.
think they started with
Yep.
9U, they did 10U, 11U, now it's 12U, and you see they peaking. They got used to the coaches, the system, and they got some dogs over there. So it's some heat. It's some heat.
So I'm looking at some of these comments, Corey. Let me address this, man, because y'all tripping right now. Y'all tripping for real. Y'all saying when you take a loss, you shouldn't drop in rankings, man. Stop it. Stop it. And I get it. I get it. You saying, well, such and such isn't playing a ranked team and they moving up because we lost and they only playing in their league. That strength of schedule catches up with them. See, we worried about everybody else instead of worrying about ours. You took a loss. That's why you dropped in ranking. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to move up in ranking, get back out there and win. We got to change the mindset, guys. Y'all so worried about everybody else. Worry about your wins and losses. Because I
Yeah,
can tell you, I can
and
promise you this, and
they want
and
to throw
we
it out
and
there.
we've seen it before. Teams that just sit on their regular season schedule and don't have a strength of schedule, trust me, by the end of October, them rankings are just for that. You worried about the wrong thing. What your mom always tell you, don't worry about everybody else. Worry about you. I'm just trying to
Hey,
tell you, man.
go out there and
That's
get
how
you
it
a dub.
works there.
You got to get your
Get
dub
you a
because
dub.
losing does hurt you, right? But let's just be honest. Let's just be honest, right? You're losing to a like you said, lose to a 12U, a 12U lose to a 13U is different. You got a 13U that's sitting at the top of the bracket right now, a 12U that's sitting at the top of the bracket that went and beat a 13U, right?
Just
It's the
win,
same
bro.
thing. Yeah, get out there and get them dubs. 12U,
Just
13U, get
win.
out there and get them dubs, man.
If I listen to these people logic, man, SED shouldn't have dropped on 11U from taking that loss against an older team, right? It's a
Yeah.
loss though. You gotta adjust for it. You gotta adjust for it, man. Stop it.
And there is
Stop
no
it. Stop it.
penalty for
Stop it.
them getting out there. I mean, if you think back, man, I mean, going through YNC, it's teams that done this. The Crew did this when they won. The year they won, they played up that whole year. They played
That's
up the
it.
whole year and then got to the YNC and won it all. Right. So with that being said, the proof is in the pudding, man. Got to get them dubs.
What my man say? My man say winning league games means more than losing YNC rank opponents. Make it make sense. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. And see, that is how people try to manipulate the narrative for whatever their agenda is, right? Or to justify it. Here's what I'm saying. If you play a YNC ranked opponent and you lose, you're gonna drop in the rankings. Look at the teams who have played non-ranked YNC opponents and they've lost. They have fallen completely out the rankings. And then you got some teams that are sitting on their league schedule and not playing any outside work on Sundays. And you see them moving up because other teams ahead of them have faltered. But what you don't
I mean,
understand is
yeah.
that the bracket will adjust itself with strength of schedule. So stick to these guidelines. Win. Just win. Everything else will take care of itself. Just win. So Voodoo never dropped though.
13.
Voodoo ain't lost. Who Voodoo done lost to? Please tell me. Please tell me who Voodoo lost to. I'm waiting. Trey R, I'm waiting. Who have they lost to?
Sincere.
Who they lost to? Corey, Don't talk to Sincere. I asked the question, who did Voodoo lose to?
They ain't
Maybe I
lost.
missed the
They ain't lost.
score. If I missed
They
the
ain't lost in
score, if
years.
I missed the game or the score, I'll correct it right now. Please let me know who they lost to.
They ain't lost in years.
Thank you. All right. That's what I thought, but maybe I was tripping. Maybe I was
They ain't
tripping.
lost in years.
Maybe I was tripping.
Somebody,
All right, Corey.
SED lost to Dallas.
Corey, go and knock out this 13U, and I'm gonna do 14U, man. We
13U.
can get to bed because people tripping now. They tripping.
13U, 14U, we only gonna have the top 10. So on 13U, our top 10, we got Rare Breed out of Georgia at number 10. Number 9, we got the Dynasty out of, and then we got number 8, North Philly Blackhawks out of PA. Number 7, the OG Ducks. Number 8, we have Watkins. We got Watkins Bounty Boys out of DC. Number 5, we got ABA out of Georgia. Number 4, we got Speed Demons out of New Jersey. Number 3, Top Dogs out of Ohio. Number 2, Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes, Big Zip. And the number 1 team, AK Boys. Hey, top right there, top 10. I can see a lot of people move. I can see a lot of things happen, but right now, that's the top 10. Hey, the AK boys been taking care of business, so they deserve to be where they are. But I've seen a few clips from Big Zip, and they taking care of business as well. So, but
They
I
are,
do
man.
think
I mean,
they got they lick back.
AK boys beat Dover 14U 33-0, right? You got the Top Dogs who taking care of business in their part of the country 26-0. Now the OG Ducks took a loss to the Watkins Bounty Boys 8-0. And that's how the Bounty Boys jump back in it. See what happens when you go out and you play and you win? How you jump up in there, right? So, I mean, that's a lot of your movement right there in that particular age division right there because everybody else pretty much took care of their business. NTB, they took care of their business in the Midwest 34-0 over the Hawks, 36-0 over a Mustang 14U. You know, this age group is going to continue to be dynamic. And I've been getting a lot of feedbacks from teams that are not necessarily national brands, but they've been sending in their scores every week, sending in their body of work so we can evaluate their resume. So it'll be interesting to see how that thing is going to play out. Hold on, let me. I got boy, this stuff be funny to me. They ain't lost this year. I know they ain't lost this year, man. Stop it. SED lost to Dallas Elite. They own the national game number 6. SCD lost to Dallas Elite months ago. Months ago. And look at the history of the rankings. They started not in the top 10, barely in the top 15, and have worked their way up. Well, I swear, you know what? It makes sense. It makes
It
sense.
makes
I
sense.
get it. I get it. It makes sense. Yep. It makes sense. A lot of things just became clear to me. You're right. You're right. Yeah. So what the people want, Corey, they want you to lose, not dropping rankings, and then when you win, they don't want you to go up either. They just want you to stay where they. I get it. Makes sense. It makes sense.
Want you
Man, y'all need to
want you to
stop.
stay
All right,
plateau.
plateau. No,
Want you to stay
14U,
plateau.
top 15. I'm sorry, top 10 and 14U. Top 10 and 14U. Sit at number 10, Corey. Miramar Wolverines out of Florida. Out of our graphics person, they got California, but that's Florida. Sitting at number 9, Caleb Williams Elite out of Maryland. Sitting at number 8, Miami Gordon Ravens out of Florida. Number 7, Ginn Elite, Ohio. Number 6, Lakewood Spartans, Florida. Number 5, Northside Oilers out of Texas. Number 4, IB Braves, California. Number 3, Vegas Strong. Number 2, OG Ducks. And number 1, OC Buckeyes, right? So here's the thing that I like about this year, Corey. Vegas Strong has their roster in. They had it in. Which is unique because we probably hadn't seen Vegas Strong on 14U at a YNC event, Corey, since we had it at IMG during the COVID year. So when you're talking about OC Buckeyes, OG Ducks, and Vegas Strong, your top three teams in the country at the same location in Wellington, Florida, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's been a long time since we didn't had the top teams in 14U all in one spot. That thing gonna be stupid.
Oh, that's gonna
That
be.
thing
It's gonna be a movie.
stupid.
It's gonna be a movie.
So here's the thing, man. Here you go. You got your rankings out. You got your rankings out, man. Y'all go chew on it, right? Chew on it a little bit. Some of you like them, some of you don't. I get it. But let's just get back to football. Let's get back to winning, right? And here's the thing. It's a lot of big games between now and the end of October. So every ranking is going to shake
Season
up.
ain't over.
100%. And here's the beautiful thing about not only just rankings, but social media. If you don't like these rankings, you can make your own, and people will actually say that they're credible. There's 25 different versions of rankings out right now, and depending on who you ask, somebody will say, man, these are the best rankings, or these guys know what they're talking about. And they'll also say these guys don't know what they're talking about. So if you look hard enough, go through enough Facebook pages, go through enough websites, you'll find a ranking that agrees with how you want it done, right?
Yeah.
And then if you don't, just make your own.
Exactly. Make your own ranking. It might not hold no weight anywhere. It won't get you in the YNC.
It hold weight.
Nah, it won't get you in the YNC.
Yeah, no, it holds weight. It holds weight, Corey, because I seen somebody who I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're not gonna say it? Hey,
I'm not gonna say it.
Well, like I said, it ain't gonna hold that much weight. It ain't gonna get you in the YNC. You want to get in the YNC, you need to be on these rankings right here. Uncut, raw. It is what it is. People, even if you don't agree, you have to respect the process that went in there. We ain't move people down because they won. I'm gonna be honest with you. That I'm gonna say that again. We didn't move people down because they won. I don't know how else to tell you that. If you got moved down, you took an L. You don't like the L you took, get out there and get you another win, man. That's how simple it is. That's how simple it is, man. Dubs gonna get you there.
That's it, man.
I mean, everybody be mad if we start taking teams that out there taking 50 pieces. Whoever lost 92-0,
let's rank them.
Let's rank them. Yeah, let's go ahead and put them in the ranking. They deserve to be there. They deserve to be there.
Ooh, you know what we should do, Corey? We should have a worst 15 teams in the country ranking. Let's see if people argue about that. No, our team is sorrier than them. Why they above us? You know what I'm saying? Let's see if they argue about that.
We the sorriest.
Hey, I can see the parents now. I sat out there and watched my baby get 80 points put on him. We are definitely the sorriest. Give us our ranking. You know what I'm saying?
My son never touched the field. My son never touched the field, and we lost by 61.
Hey,
yeah,
chime in, man. On the Youth National Championship Facebook page, on the Instagram, start telling us about the sorriest teams in the country. We want to make sure that we give everybody their recognition.
Please, by all means. What's the name of that team? The Little Giants. Remember the Little Giants? The Puerto Rican
Little Giants.
Play the Little Giants. Go ahead and put your Little Giants out there.
Hey, man, as always, man, for so many of you who do not like our rankings, man, we appreciate you guys the most. For those of you that ride with us and understand that it's a process and all you got to do is win and it's going to all get shaken out, man, we're going to see y'all in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're going to drop the updated version of the rankings, and we're going to drop the very first edition of the What If brackets this year. And I know there's another company out there doing What If brackets. I mean, what can I say? It's just another piece of our puzzle that people have tried to clone, right? But it just is what it is. So we'll drop that for you guys, man. I'm Clayton Guillory. That's my man, Corey Jefferson, AG, back there mixing on the ones and twos, football and cuts. We out.
Peace out.
Listen to the drum sounds.
They Let's take them for the YC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC. Wanna smoke? You know where it's at. At the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave? Right the YC. Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, yeah, this is where it started. Where your skills, where your rank, where your heart at. Where your fans, where your coaches, where your squad at. It's how you finish up the drill, it don't matter where you start at. Ayy, this is where all the gangs get litty. Ayy, yeah, tell me who gon' take it back to they city. Yeah, ayy, this is where all the greatest teams be. Game week, yeah, you know where to find me. Let's take them for the YC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC. Wanna smoke? You know where it's at. At the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave? Right the YC. Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YC. Can anybody beat Rare Breed at the YC? Voodoo going for a 5P at the YC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YC. Adamsville coming back to eat. Yeah, YC. Bessemer got two different teams in the YC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush them by the dreams at the YC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them for the YC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set.
Hey, what's your area code?
Hey, 423, man. Chattanooga, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
05, Miami in the building. I'm telling you, we here.
205,
No good. No good.
Oh.
Shout out Miami.
For the YC, we shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC. Wanna smoke? You know where it's at. At the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave? Right the YC. Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YC. Can anybody beat Rare Breed at the YC? Voodoo going for a 5P at the YC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YC. Adamsville coming back to eat. Yeah, YC. Bessemer got two different teams in the YC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush them by the dreams at the YC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them for the YC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YC. Wanna smoke? You know where it's at. At the YC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YC. Who gon' be the last one to leave? Right the YC. Pull up and I get out here and freeze.